we're going to start off by talking about the Grammys because, oh wow, oh wow, so many things happened at the Grammys this year, and girl, I want to get into it. First of all, I just want to say, I am so happy that Beyonce finally got Album of the Year. And did she get it for
Yes.
Cowboy Carter? Yes, she did. And I know that people have, thoughts about that album. I just want to say, I was ready to put my cowboy hat on and my boots, and I was ready to get to step in when I was listening to American. I'm not going to say it. But I love American Requiem. I love all the songs on Cowboy Carter. And honestly, I'm so happy she won Album of the Year. One of the most, literally the most decorated recording artists walking away with the most Grammy wins. Okay? You better recognize. But Tristan, what were your thoughts from the Grammys?
So I didn't. I was like, I didn't get to watch the Grammys. I was like watching the updates on Twitter though. So I was happy for Beyonce when she won. I know there was like a lot. I know it was a divisive win, which it wasn't surprising. But there's a lot that goes into that.
Yeah.
It's funny because I was going to ask you. So when you said that people have their thoughts on that album, do you think? And I don't know this, and I haven't seen this anywhere, but I'm wondering, is this coming up in the discourse? Like, people are like, wow, how strange is it that she won for a country album, which, I mean, Black people aren't usually known for country.
Mm-hmm.
So are there people saying like, oh, well, she finally did a country album. That's when she won Album of the Year, but she didn't win for doing any of the R&B stuff or pop stuff she's been doing for years. I don't know. I haven't heard. I'm really just curious. Is that part of the discourse? Like, she had to go country to finally win that, or people finding issues with that?
I think the discourse really has been around the content of the album because a lot of
Okay.
people I see, of course, like so many of her fans like myself see why she did the album because, she did Daddy Lessons on her album Lemonade in 2016, and then she performed Daddy Lessons at the CMA Awards, and they were like, oh, she's not country, she's not this, she's not that, which she's heard most of her career. Like, she has a twang to the way she speaks, and, people are like, oh, I can't understand her, she doesn't speak clearly, and that was in the early years of her career, like Destiny's Child, and then, like, Sasha Fierce and all that. So, coming up around, her singing Daddy Lessons and the CMAs being like, she's not country, she's not this, she's not that. She was like, oh, I'll show you my country. So she released Cowboy Carter. And I see why she released Cowboy Carter, because she's from Houston, Texas, baby. And she says it all the time. She is country, And she decided to release Cowboy Carter as like an ode to her roots. And a lot of people, there were some people who listened to the album and felt like it was very much giving propaganda. You know what I mean? Like, it's giving like, oh, I love America, America the beautiful, America the great, blah blah blah, all that stuff. Like loving America and all those things, which I can see why people feel that way. And I've watched like a lot of videos about criticism and stuff like that, and I'll link some videos down below as well so that people can like check it out if that's like how you think, or if you're like interested in seeing that perspective. For me personally, because I've re-listened to the album so many times, it's clear that Beyonce loves the fact that she's country and loves the fact that she's from Houston, but also loves her blackness as well, as she clearly acknowledges in more than once in so many of her songs that like America has a problem. Okay, stated clearly in that one song from Renaissance, but also in so many other songs that she has put out. Like, she has stated it in her album 4, I Am Here. She has stated it in Lemonade with Freedom, and she has stated it in Cowboy Carter, American Requiem, and so many other songs on the album, basically saying that like, although I love this country and I love being country and I love being from Houston, Texas, I know y'all got issues with me. You have issues with my people. So I think that there were people that, felt some kind of way that she got Album of the Year for Cowboy Carter, because it's like, do we have to shuck and jive to get the reward that we're deserved? And it was clear from her reaction for getting the reward that she was like, oh, me! Oh, I'm getting it! Like, she did not expect that at all. But it's well deserved. I can see why people feel like, oh, she got the album of the year because she finally made a country album, but this feels like it's discrediting all her other albums, and it's not. I feel like it's not discrediting her work, although I too am like, to her getting album of the year for Cowboy Carter. I feel like obviously she should have got it for Lemonade, but it's neither here nor there. But it's well deserved. It's a won award, obviously, and for her getting it for Cowboy Carter, yes, it's kind of like sus, but it's also like, girl, how much faith can we put in the Grammys and any of these award shows? You know what I mean? They don't know.
It's probably like it's about time. Yeah, so it's like we have to just take a win as a win. We really probably have to take that win. Just take that win. Just take this win and be happy about it. Because I feel like now that she's gotten it, even if the next album is fire, they're still gonna. She probably won't get it again, or it'll be a long time before she gets it again. But maybe I'm a pessimist. So I won't say maybe I'm a pessimist. I'm definitely a pessimist. So
yeah.
But I mean, congrats to her for getting that. That is a huge achievement in her career. She definitely deserves it. So yeah, we'll just see what happens from here. It's so funny though, because I saw people when she announced her tour for Cowboy Carter, everybody was like, "Dang, we just did the Renaissance last year, Beyonce. Yeah. You about to take all our money?" Yeah. I'm like, yeah. I mean, like, I'm just laughing at that. I had coworkers who were like, "Dang, gotta spend it." One of my coworker, he likes Beyonce too, but he's like, "I know my wife's gonna want to go to that," so he's like, he's prepared to spend money on those tickets. But I'm like, hey, if y'all love Beyonce, why not go and support her?
Of course, and I feel like the tour was expected because,
yeah, like duh, she was gonna do it.
Yeah, of course she was. And me personally, I'm very happy. I find it very funny, actually, that like a lot of people are on Ticketmaster trying to get tickets for the tour, like, because I'm now in a situation where like tour tickets, girl, that in your dreams, as much as I would love to see Beyonce live, it's just not feasible for me. But I will live vicariously through all of your TikTok clips, guys. When somebody uploads a full, performance on YouTube, I will be there. Okay, first one. Because my recommended already knows I love watching those concerts on the shaky back of someone's camera. Like, I love it. But Beyonce is the 4th Black woman to win Album of the Year as a lead artist, following Natalie Cole, Whitney Houston, and Lauryn Hill. So she is obviously an amazing company. She also won 3 total awards that night, extending her record tally as the artist with the most wins ever to 35. So shout out to her. And, there are many other... shout out to you, girl. And there are many other people that won at the Grammys. Kendrick Lamar was the top winner, with 5 wins. Shout out to him, our king. Sabrina Carpenter, Jon Batiste, and Maren Joy also won 2 Grammy Awards. Very, very well deserved. Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us won Record of the Year and Song of the Year. And this is the second rap song to win in either category, following This Is America, which I feel like is a really good follow-up. And honestly, Kendrick Lamar has really, like, owned this year, 2024, with, Euphoria, Meet the Grahams, and now Not Like Us. He really has been killing it. And then an album to follow up, oh my gosh. He's been slaying it.
He's been killing it, for sure.
And then Chappell Roan won Best New Artist, which is very well deserved because she has been doing well. It's always ironic to me when you see who's nominated for Best New Artist. And it's always someone who has been in the industry for like years and years and years. And it's that one song that pops off and then suddenly they're like, oh, where have you been? It's like, no, she's been making music for like 10 years.
Yeah, just like with, although I think she had been mostly writing. But like I've seen the situation like that. I'm thinking of Victoria Monet, but I think Victoria Monet really was more so writing before. What was the song like? On My Mama, that one was the one that blew up. But no, that does happen.
For Victoria Monet, she was a songwriter. Like she was primarily a songwriter for Ariana Grande, but she was making music. It's just that like she mainly just made like R&B music, and she was kind of like under the radar for the most part.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you do make a great point about like just artists who will be out there making music, and we just been making music for years, and then finally have that one big hit, and it's like, oh, they're brand new. It's like that saying. What is it like? Behind every overnight success, there's like a decade or more of hard work. that tends to be very true. And also, sidebar, we see that in acting because, like, look how Viola Davis, Pedro Pascal, like a lot of these actors have been around for years, years and years acting. And then, like, there's like with both of them, like Pedro Pascal, he's been around for a long time. But I mean, you correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like he just kind of blew up the last like 6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
That he maybe even less than that. That people are really been like, oh yeah, that guy. I'm like, he's been in stuff for a long time.
Yeah.
So it's just interesting to see that across the arts, like all these people who've been working hard for all these years, and then suddenly. But anyway, I say all that to say, shout out to them. Let's go up for them.